adventures of Danny and Mike. Let's bring them out here. First up, Mr. Michael C. Morona, wearing some plaid, and Mr. Danny Cambarelli. Wow. Guys, did you plan to dress really nice for the show? Is this like your holiday? No,
I thought this was a holiday party. I've never been to an office holiday party, but I think this is the appropriate attire.
That's a shame, because you were a child actor that you didn't have any. Like, you had rap parties you could have gone to.
Yeah, but they weren't in offices, were they?
No,
that's true.
No, but they would allow underage drinking.
They were at Cipriani. Are you going right into the underage drinking?
Well, it's the holiday time. There's a lot of drinking to be had.
Spirits are high.
Look at this.
Spirits are high.
Oh yeah.
We just blew 4 people's minds. People assume that like we drank Kool-Aid or something back in the day and we didn't grow up, but we did.
We would have been dead. There was poison in the Kool-Aid.
Well, yes, but you wore the best sneakers. Those Nikes were fresh. Just do it.
Yeah, most of them didn't get a chance to get dirty. We put them on right before we died.
Well, except the one guy that made them all drink it, right? He's still alive.
It was all there in my memoir. We died with our Nikes on.
The Michael C. Morona story?
No, the Jonestown gang.
Oh, okay. I just wanted clarification on that.
We already covered Lick'em Aid in another episode.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Let's go to the audio. No, we're not going to do that.
That's what you're here for.
That takes some digging. Let's go. Oh yeah, verbatim. We're gonna. Okay, I'll go get the scripts printed out.
Union Hall, can we use your printer?
But thank you all so much for coming out. This is what we're calling our holiday show. So we have some fun and games involved. Fun and games.
Whatever you choose to say works if we keep moving it along.
We've placed effusers. We've placed effusers throughout the audience of essential oils. There's a pumpkin pie spice in this corner. There's a gingerbread in this corner.
There's a cinnamon and nutmeg. Just everything.
No,
that's every holiday recipe. If you want to just take a normal recipe and spice it up to the holiday recipe, you add cinnamon and nutmeg to it.
Oh.
Okay. But not pumpkin spice, because Danny does not like pumpkin spice lattes.
Whoa! Don't throw me under the bus. There might be pumpkin lovers in here. Okay, I don't want to.
Pumpkin lovers.
Pumpkin lovers.
The era of the pumpkin lover is over. It is time for the pine lover. It is piney month. It's December.
It is. Yeah. It is piney month.
It's piney month, and down with the rotty pumpkins and up with the walking through those corridors created by the Canadians who come down and camp out on our streets and sell trees. That urban blight.
Are they Canadians or are they Vermonters?
That urban blight.
I think they're Vermonters. Are they Canadians?
Oh, this is an argument as old as time.
I can't tell.
This is truly
north of the border.
Truly an argument.
New York State is just north of the border for us.
the ages. Yeah. It's all Massachusetts to me.
Oh, I went to school in Massachusetts, and I'm mildly offended.
You've got the round diploma to show for it. Jeremy, how many times have we made a round diploma joke on this?
Several. Also, our text chain has several photos of very thin, round, what we call diplomas. Because he went to a hippie college.
Oh, like the radishes?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, call it a hippie college. It's a small liberal arts college, thank you. God.
Tell me...
I guess, do you know what's funny, Jeremy, is I think Dan's the only college graduate on this stage right now.
No, I know.
That's true. And just because my diploma is round...
Listen,
doesn't mean anything. It means that I just have to find the right kind of frame for it.
Yeah, you're still looking for that weird case.
It comes in the same rectagonal, the way. Yeah, that's how it comes.
There's no space wasted in those rectagonal cases.
Mike, I think for Christmas I'll go to Pier 1 or something and get us a couple diplomas.
Look, the circumference is 13 inches. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. Right. Yeah. Sweet dick joke, dude.
Okay, so what's the radius if the circumference is 13 inches?
Whoa, what?
That wasn't for you. That was for him.
6.5.
That was for him. You don't
That's cool. Hey.
You don't get a coach. Look, all right, you used your lifeline.
Here's the thing.
You got the rest of the show.
No. Let me just say this one thing. All right, the last time I took a math class was junior year of high school because I went to a liberal arts college. I didn't have to. Okay, I didn't have to. So my math skills aren't that good. I'm only up to.
Who was the president last time you took a math class?
Bill Clinton. Yeah.
How about we get to some videos?
Yes, thank you so much. Can we move this along?
Oh, okay. We usually take a look at some of these two gentlemen's work from their younger years, and
you didn't ask me to supply you one this time, so I'm kind of worried as to what you found.
Well, would you like to know something, Michael?
You ran out of stuff to find for me.
No. I'm not. It's not my job to produce shit on this. I'm just come here and do my thing. And Jeremy here is supposed to do that, but Jeremy's busy.
I was very busy.
He has other things to do, so I had to go trolling on YouTube to find stuff for you and I. I
don't think you're using that word correctly.
What?
I don't think you're using that word correctly.
Which word is that?
Trolling.
I was trolling okay, I wasn't. I was rolling through the internet with a T. I wasn't trolling people on the internet. I think
so like Adele would be rolling through the internet?
Listening to Adele. Okay, this first one is not Adele. It is Michael C. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Out of my way, Shadow.
The way I figure it, even if I got a job eating eyeballs, it would still be better than the job I had last summer. Seriously. Somehow my brother Pete had gotten a job as a stockbroker. Ellen was teaching old people how to air swim. And me, I ended up on Route 34 cutting the longest, stupidest lawn in the world.
It's a dog-eat-dog world, baby.
Nickelodeon presents The Adventures of Pete and Pete, starring Pete, Pete's brother Pete, and me, Ellen. Today's adventure, Route 34.
Around the 170-mile mark, I get so bored, I begin asking myself deep philosophical questions. Like, do dogs go to dog heaven when they die, or do they go to regular heaven? Then I try to blow up passing cars with psychic energy. It only worked once. Then the heat would get to me, and I'd start hallucinating about Ellen. Maybe because she owed me money, but then there she was, with a popsicle and her air swimming cap still on.
Hi!
I told her I still had 6 miles to go, but she said,
I'll just walk with you a little ways then.
All right. Not bad, not bad. Now I know what you're thinking. That wasn't holiday themed. That was in the summer. Well, that's where that ends. That's the last one that's not holiday themed.
It was the winter. We just shot that in Florida, so.
Oh, good
dummy.
Point. Good point.
We shot that in New Jersey.
Oh, no, we did. We did.
We shot that in New Jersey, and Allie wore her own clothes. That was not wardrobe, obviously.
Oh.
That was not wardrobe.
I mean, mine was wardrobe. I wasn't wearing a suit.
I hope she got the $17 you get for providing your own wardrobe.
I don't think we had SAG contracts back then.
I think we did. I think we did. I don't. That was such a little Pete quality. Me destroying a car with psychic energy. That totally should have been your power.
Yeah, could have been.
And me in the suit, but
I thought it was perfect for you to showcase your ability to destroy cars once in a while.
I've destroyed more than one car, haven't I?
Well, we destroyed one car on this podcast.
Yeah.
Graffitied and then smashed
and then compacted.
You can hear all those at feralaudio.com.
Wow.
/show/The Adventures of Danny and Mike.
Episode 5 with Nikki Glazer.
Oh, that's a good memory.
Arrivederci il Cavalieri.
Oh, yeah, that's the one. Do you think that I should show my dermatologist that episode of Pete and Pete when I get cancer?
Valid. That's a valid question.
I am a freckle face, a.k.a. what is the other thing? Carrot head?
Carrot top.
We are very sensitive to
which are green, by the way. Any of you idiots that ever call redheads carrot tops are fucking green. It's the dumbest thing. My whole life, anyone said that, I always call them out on that. That's some bullshit.
A truer truth has never been spoken on stage in all the world.
Okay.
It looks like someone's dying in a hospital right here.
Yeah, they can't see that, but you can.
Thank God they can't see it.
Oh, boy.
So this next one does have a little holiday theme, and it features our very own Daniel Tambrelli. Oh, wait. Let me... Yeah. Hold on.
Hey, how about some audio?
User error.
You don't have to.
Presents under the tree for now. Do you think I look like a Christmas angel?
I think you look like a candied apple with wings.
Merry Christmas. What did you do that for? You should be careful where you stand, Jackie. Yuck. Mistletoe.
All right, that's it. Let's give that a round of applause for the Babysitters Club.
I just wanted to show everybody in the audience my first kiss.
Wait, is that legitimate? That was your first kiss?
I mean, that wasn't my mother, probably.
I don't want to know your personal business, but...
No, that's it.
Pomodoro Natale.
It takes a lot for me to break that out. Because I never wanted to tell anybody that I was on the Babysitters Club VHS tapes. Until I went to college at a liberal arts college.
And then it let you score.
I used to have those VHS tapes.
I used to tape over them with the X-Files.
Oh.
Speaking
Hey,
of
that
taping,
just shows you you're
speaking of
growing up.
taping over shows for the X-Files, there's a new episode.
Continue? Where are you going with that?
There's a new season of the X-Files coming out soon.
Oh.
Do you think that they're going to be better than the old ones?
Wait, but
I didn't watch any of the new ones, so I don't know. Sorry.
But our speaking of old episodes, our buddy Kumail was in the newest episodes of X-Files.
It just shows if
It
you're
goes to
enough of
show
a fan.
If you do a podcast explicitly about the X-Files, you might get on the show.
It's basically a repudiation of that
So
Robert
what are
De
we
Niro,
doing here with
Wesley
this?
Snipes movie, The Fan.
What are we trying to do? Are we trying to get back on our own TV show with this podcast?
Restore the Pride. I think it's going to be the same
Right.
motto as Jimmy Hoffa in 1988. The slate.
Oh, my God.
Well, let's give him a big round of applause for those embarrassing
hey,
videos.
guys.
You don't have to. You really
It's
don't.
okay.
This is more. This
it's
is not
all
a-
right. Don't worry about it. I like my old Santa voice.
I
A
was
7-year-old Santa voice is a pretty solid Santa voice.
Okay, I should say for Pomodoro Natale, I was sure that Stacy was going to have hepatitis A because
No,
I
she
just
got
figured it was- I
diabetes
just
because she
figured
ate
it was-
holiday cookies, man. That's what happens in that episode. Okay, the Stacy eats. Everybody's eating cookies, and she wants to eat one too, but she knows she has diabetes.
Does she
and
get-
shouldn't.
does she get
She
hyped
shouldn't
up?
do it.
Does
She
she-
doesn't want to do it, but it smells so fucking good.
Did she dance the Sugar Plum Fairies dance?
Oh no,
like 16 times?
no! She just ate a couple cookies and then had to put herself into the hospital. But she comes out
How
at the
old
end
is
and she
Stacey? How
sings
old is
Christmas
Stacey?
carols because I swear that I can't sing Christmas carols unless Stacy's there. Because probably I had a crush on her. Because probably I did in real life too. Anyway, let's continue. Jeez,
Defensive
bringing back
one.
a lot of memories right now.
I can't sing without Stacy's pancreas right here, right now. Stacy, I love your Langerhans. You set me up for all.
I know, I did. And I don't regret it. I don't. Setting you up for things will work half the time.
Speaking of setting Jeremy up for segues,
You might know him from his Amazon original, The Tick, or in the TVS show Search Party, where he played this incredible part. Ladies and gentlemen, Griffin Newman.
You. Hey now.
Woo!
Me and a later guest on the show, not to ruin anything, we're just in the middle of we were trying to parse out, and I now need to ask you because you're an insider here. The Babysitters Club VHS series was a different continuity than the theatrical Babysitters Club film.
Much different.
Right? Much different.
the cinematic,
What-
the
what was
cinematic
it?
universe is what
and
you're
the
talking
TV
about.
universe. It wasn't like today's
I mean,
Marvel where the two unite.
No.
They handshake.
They were very different.
Right.
I think they were like the theatrical Babysitters Club the analogy would be
that was Sony.
Would be
and then
no.
That was in Fox.
The VHS would be PBS.
Oh,
and the theatrical would be MTV.
So you're saying the VHS series was a little more erudite.
Yeah,
it was your thinking
it was
child.
straight up scholastic.
Sure,
literally they were like, you know what?
Production.
These books are great. We should probably make something for the VHS too. There are a lot of people that like those VHS tapes.
VHS.
It's like a tape you can read.
Yeah, they're
not
like the
beta.
books
We
of
don't want the
movies.
Betamax. We want VHS.
They are the books of movies.
Can I rant about something that has nothing to do with anything other than what we're just talking about?
You're
right
here
now?
for that.
Yeah,
That's what you're here for.
Do whatever you want, Griffin.
Big pet peeve in my life. The Madagascar films are in a different continuity than the Madagascar TV show, which is called The Penguins of Madagascar.
Oh, wow.
Which is in a different continuity than The Penguins of Madagascar, the movie.
We have a thing.
Three fucking continuities for 5-year-olds.
We have this thing on the podcast where we talk about protecting the brand, and
Okay,
that is
got
the
it. This is
exact
what I wanna talk
opposite
about.
of
Yeah,
that.
they're wrecking the brand. They really
you're
are.
screwing your brand up
Right.
big time.
Whoa,
Yeah.
baby.
You know,
Whoa, baby.
it's like, hey, how many different fonts do you want to use on that poster? You know, one.
you
Really,
can't-
the answer is one.
Yeah, don't
You want-
Comic Sans them penguins, bro.
Well, it's also one of those things. I complain about this enough that a friend of mine hooked me up with someone who works at DreamWorks Animation to explain to me why they did this.
I want to hear it from the horse's mouth, or the penguin's mouth in this case.
Was it a good, no good excuse?
I mean, there was a very detailed excuse that was like, well, Rico wouldn't be with the Penguins if we accepted the continuity of what happens in Madagascar 2. There was like something with like character timelines.
This is starting to sound like algebra.
but
again.
also, remember-
no math skills.
Remember in our day, when you would make a cartoon show based off of a movie, they would just reset to whatever people liked about the movie.
Yes.
Like End of Men in Black,
You would cast Ron Perlman in it no matter what.
100%. That would always happen.
That was a constant.
But like End of Men in Black, Tommy Lee Jones is neuralized. Men in Black the series, here he is every week.
There you go.
Because that's what you fucking want to see. It doesn't matter. Just go, it happened in between edits of scenes in the movie I like.
You have
Filling.
such passion for this.
This
It's
is
amazing.
Thank you for bringing me out here. I need a platform, a soapbox. I've literally been
Good.
doing it on a street corner and
Yeah.
no one gives a shit.
Thank
Well,
God
we're
we're letting him
hashtagging
inside.
DreamWorks,
Yeah.
Madagascar,
Everybody.
Penguins of Madagascar.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna be these tweets. A good thing it's 288 now. You know.
I have a change.org petition. I'm going to throw the link up at the end of the show.
At the end, guys.
Yeah.
Please.
Keep the brands strong.
yeah, that's the whole
Clean.
point.
Please mash
You know?
that continuity button.
Please. Please.
Well, what else are you passionate about, Griffin?
Not much else. Thank you so much for
Oh,
having
cool.
me out
Yeah,
here.
okay. Griffin Newman, everybody. Well, we do a lot of discussion about like nostalgia and
Sure.
nostalgic things.
I'm in a nostalgic thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're in a nostalgic show.
Right, yeah.
So you get it.
Yes.
There are people that are very...
This guy, he gets it.
I
This
get it.
guy, he
Yeah.
gets it. You know what I mean? This guy.
Well, also, I'll say to you guys, you were guys that I have nostalgic envy towards you. Because, like, I would get so angry when I would see kids on TV and I was not them.
You could have
Same.
installed a
Same.
surveillance
Furious.
camera in your room.
Right. But then I have to hook that up to the TV, and then I have to ask my parents if we can watch that instead of VR.
At the time, yeah.
Right, at the time. But, like, you guys, because you were part of, like, the Nickelodeon system, it wasn't just you were on a show. It was
Pantheon.
also, like...
Pantheon.
I'm sorry,
We're part of the
because you're part of the Nickelodeon Pantheon.
Sorry, I just like to get that in.
You weren't just on a canonical American television series, but you also got to be part of all the, like adjacent Nickelodeon stuff. So when there was like stuff where they'd like throw you guys in interstitials and stuff, that's when I get really angry because it felt like there was like a club that I wasn't allowed into. Like Happy Holidays from Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that's what I fucking want.
Crossover
Why do they-
potential.
Yes.
Crossover
Yeah.
potential, yes.
It's the
I
same
would
thing when you get mad and you hear like George Clooney doing dog food commercials.
Right.
You're like, son of a bitch, someone could have actually
I
had
could've
that
used
job.
that. Right.
Why do you need that job?
Right. Yeah. Tamboroni and
Ed Norton, fuck off.
Right. Tamborelli's got residual payments. Let me do the fucking outro for the holiday season. Let me say Happy Hanukkah. I'm Jewish. Give it to me.
5 points.
Yeah.
I ran through Nickelodeon.
You
like
had
a train.
a real and to figure it out.
Let me
I would
check
say
that.
like
I don't
a
like
hot
that.
knife through orange butter, but that's
Through
fine.
orange
No.
butter? Okay.
I'd say it was more like a sexual train. I think
yeah,
you were right.
well, you know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff coming out in
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now,
yeah.
and I'm actually feel a little. I guess nobody liked me. Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Hey, what a way to turn it on me, huh, guys?
Yeah. No, but you had your. I mean, you did like your full kind of circuit.
I worked for Nickelodeon from 7 to 18.
That's
5
wow.
shows.
Yeah.
Some Kids' Choice Awards.
Do you know what?
A couple big helps. And been slime more times than
Two
anyone else.
fibulotomies.
I'll just say, you just triggered a memory in me, like a repressed, deep-seated memory.
Well, if
Not
it has,
from-
if
not
it has
from
anything
the-
to do with bukkake, I'm
no,
sorry.
not from that stuff. Not from that
And
stuff.
it wasn't what anybody intended. Okay?
I very badly want to be a child actor. My parents would not let me, and I had to fight my way
Smart
through.
parents.
Very smart.
They made you wait and go to school and do it on your own.
I dropped out of college to then do it.
Oh.
Yeah. But they, I was on a Kids' Choice Award because I won a contest. There was a year, it was the first year that Planet Hollywood was open. And the big deal, this might have been the
In New York?
94, 95. It was the first year of it as a chain. And so what they said was, if you go to your local Planet Hollywood and you fill out your little card, and I remember turning to my dad and going, I got a strategy, I'm going to fill out 2. And then when I won, I told everyone, like, I figured
This
it out.
this
you fill
worked.
out 2, you will always win the contest. But what they did was, I thought I'd 100% cracked the code. 2, and you got him.
Yeah,
They go,
okay.
well, if he wants it that badly, automatically grandfather
Give it to him.
He gets the job.
Everyone had one except this kid Griffin.
Yeah.
What,
No
he's
one else was clever
What a
enough.
tenacious young man.
Yeah. It was like 10 different Planet Hollywood locations, and at each one they had a Nickelodeon star with like 15 kids doing a satellite viewing party of the show. Ooh. So Whitney Houston would go like, let's chicken in New York. And it, yes, yeah.
Right, sorry.
It was like,
Too soon? Come on. I'm from New Jersey, okay? I can make jokes about other people from New Jersey.
they had to build breaks into the telecast.
Right.
So they cut to, yeah. And so I was like 5 maybe, and it was me with a guy from Roundhouse.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
The
Canadian.
good old days.
Yes. It was a guy from Roundhouse, and they would cut in, they'd go like, we're having a crazy time here. But there was like, we just watched the show and had like pigs in a blanket, and then every like 30 minutes they'd be like, you hold this noisemaker.
Hey!
Yeah, and then suddenly go 3, 2, 1, and I'd just be spinning a thing in front of the Roundhouse guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to show that it was a party the whole time, but in reality,
It was a
you've
lot of
broken the
parents
fourth wall for
complaining.
This is
everybody.
what you filled your cards out for, kid.
Yes.
Now whine the noisemaker.
And your parents are still paying for the Planet Hollywood food.
100%.
They're not. There are no deals.
They stuck us with the bill.
Fuckers.
Yeah. No, they didn't. I'm sorry. Bad joke. Bad joke.
You know, Planet Hollywood used to have.
We had to buy leather jackets to leave. we couldn't leave without buying a jacket. They were gonna
God,
make us.
those
the
jackets
opposite
were
of a
so
door
ugly
prize.
too.
Yeah.
God, those are ugly
Yeah.
jackets.
There's like a door tax.
The only
tax.
uglier jacket was a Hard Rock Cafe
No,
one,
it's
which
like-
they took from the
Yeah.
same mold.
It's like the tolls on Staten Island. You have
Yes.
to pay sometime.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
It's free to leave.
I went to Disney World recently, humble brag, and
Wow.
they still have.
Money.
Look, I'm on a streaming show, okay? No residuals. But they still have. I believe that Planet Hollywood only has one location left in the world, the Times Square one.
That still exists.
That's the one, and it's now
That's on
half.
57th Street.
It's lower. It's 42nd Street.
Yeah, they moved
44th?
Times. They
There
moved
was like
Times
it was
Square
next to the
south.
Russian
No, you
tea
know what?
room or
You're right.
something.
It is 47th Street, but it's now they've given up half the real estate for a Buca de Beppo. It's like half a Planet Hollywood. It's like a KFC Taco
You
Bell.
know it's bad when Buca de Beppo
It's a term. Yeah,
takes care of it.
the problem is that
You know what? I'll pay you double for this half.
Sabaro's been eyeing the other half, and so it's going to be a turf war right up against him like that.
That's that old adage. You know it's time to leave the party when Buca de Beppo shows
Yeah.
up.
Oh fuck.
So we got out of Times Square real estate.
Yeah. Oh, but so like Planet Hollywood like doesn't really exist as a chain anymore, and there is a gift shop at Disney World that is solely Planet Hollywood merchandise. And I saw it, I was like,
What city are you from? Los Angeles? We got a T-shirt.
that's what it was. I was like, oh, it's a Planet Hollywood, probably movie stuff in there, and I went in, it was literally just the Planet Hollywood logo in different cities on different items of clothing.
Onesies, I feel like you see onesies with every type of logo.
A lot of leather jackets, different colors, keychains.
Ooh, leather onesies. Planet Hollywood, call me, $1 billion idea. Leather onesies.
Well, they thought it was a good idea at the time.
That was a great
That's
idea.
why they bought crates and crates and crates of this shit.
You think they haven't produced new Planet Hollywood
No
merchandise
way.
in 15
No,
years? They're just still
They've
running
never produced
No.
any more than the original run.
the first batch.
Yeah.
Still the very unbreathable cotton.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Thick shirts.
It's all signed by, what do you call it? Candidate Arnold Schwarzenegger.
They have a movie theater in the one in New York. In the basement, they have like a private screening room where you could watch stuff. I did.
What kind of stuff?
Do you remember USA used to have those Up All Nights?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So they did a Problem Child one, and I was the Problem Child for Gilbert Gottfried, who was doing the Up All Night. That was a humble brag too, because I worked with Gilbert.
Wait, so
I'm going to have to come up with a humble brag real quick.
No big deal.
So the bit was the superstructure of the Problem Child Marathon was Gilbert Godfrey hosting an evening of programming. But he also himself was afflicted with a problematic child.
He was also a redhead.
Very meta.
Yeah, it was super meta.
Did the TBS Up All Nights always have like the host coming up against these struggles?
It was a
of the
related.
movie?
I think it was something that they had to tie in each time.
I hope they never did Philadelphia. You know. I'm sorry.
Well, we tried to get Freddie Mercury, but
We lost Philadelphia.
Yeah.
guys, come on, At least I'm eliciting something from you, okay? It
That's
could be
that's
a
how
groan
we
or
lost
not.
It could
Freddie
be
Mercury.
loathing
That's
and
how we
disgust,
lost Freddie
but it's-
Mercury.
He hosted an Up All
He
Night.
signed on to do an Up All Night, and he couldn't take it.
Wow.
I'm a fan. I'm just gonna say it.
Of
Okay?
USA.
Freddie Mercury,
The USA
Queen,
Network.
I'm not trying to
Yeah.
be mean to him.
No. One of the greats.
One of our great
Right?
Canadians, as opposed to those who come down here and pollute our streets
Yes,
with Christmas
yes.
trees.
Wow. Don't buy the Christmas trees on the streets in New York. They're very expensive. There's no reason for it.
Only get real certified lumber from mail order
And you know
lumber
what?
people.
And they really get you because they're like, hey, you get the bigger one, it's less, but we got the small one because you have a small ass apartment in New York,
Right.
And it's twice the price.
Yes.
You're like, here, we got this one for $50 if you can fit it.
I got a Christmas
can't
tree
fit
from
it.
the West Coast. It was. I'm sure the East Coast trees were better and cheaper.
But
You got a
had
West
one
Coast
flown
tree?
out from the West Coast?
Oh, I mean, I didn't see the process. I just saw it on the street on Driggs Avenue, and then
And they told you this is a genuine West Coast
They have
tree?
a
this
new
is
thing.
a noble fir from Oregon, and so I immediately quizzed it as to its motives.
Each noble fur also comes with a iPhone that is already programmed with Periscope, so you can check in on the tree and its whereabouts as it comes to you.
That has to be an actual service. Now,
Oh,
right?
I'm
They're
sure.
100%
Someone-
is
hey,
a company.
that's it.
You just have to come up with the proper
I've been
company
in a couple
name that
think
has.
tanks recently, and that's the one thing that's been coming
Yeah.
up today, you know?
That is a real...
How are we
yeah.
going to keep track of all these damn West Coast trees coming to the East Coast for Christmas time?
You got to stop drinking butter in your coffee or whatever that shit is.
I don't drink coffee, so
Oh,
screw you,
There you
Michael.
go.
Do you drink butter?
Doing okay?
I just drink butter. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Cut the middleman out.
Yeah.
Butter and lobster.
Jeremy, do you
That's what I
drink?
drink.
Jeremy, do you drink butter or coffee?
Latter, coffee.
Okay, I drink butter.
Yeah.
Griffin?
I'm a butter guy, but I'm the butter oil from the movie theaters, just because it goes down smoother. Do you know what
can
I'm
vape
saying?
that. You can vape that
Yes.
too. That stuff goes right in the
You
pen.
can vape that too.
Stuff goes right in the pen.
Put it right in your jewel.
I think if you're a key PA on a job in New
Jewel.
York, you're not allowed to smoke cigarettes anymore. You just have to vape these disgusting oils.
That's true. That's
You call
true.
them robot dicks.
Yeah,
they
do.
look like C3PO.
These are robot
dongs.
dicks.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I remember like 6 or 7 years ago, I used to host a terrible basement stand-up comedy show, Humble Rag, and there was a comedian who came on stage who was positioning himself as like a Lenny Bruce truth teller, ranting on stage, so fucking
Telling it
worked
like
up
it
about
is.
everything. with like a blue, like the little one that looks like a cigarette.
What's his name? Ethan Hawke.
It was Steven Dorff. Don't get it twisted.
Sorry,
Jerk off.
Steven Dorff and
It was
they look
Steven
very
Dorff.
similar. They could be brothers.
Yeah, but only one of them was in Blade 2. And Blade Trinity.
Was he in Blade Trinity? Archival footage?
I think he died. He died. Is he in because Blade is in the Marvel universe? Were you in the VHS Blade?
Is that fact checkable?
We haven't had a fact check.
Does nobody really care
In months.
Because we can just move on. If
What are you talking about? I posted this show on the Blade forums.
Pass. Yeah. Well, actually, yeah. We'll no longer have network neutrality, so we have to host. We have to sort of get some creative in the
why
way
you
we
gotta
host
bring
the
it
show.
down, dude?
Oh, I'll bring it right back up with my humble brag of the night.
Oh, Michael's got one.
Yeah,
Humble brag it out, bro.
Well, the last time that Dan took a math class, the president was
Bill Clinton.
and I have a photograph of myself with
Bill Clinton.
But this is actually a humble brag for Griffin because
Bill Clinton.
my college girlfriend was your babysitter.
What?
And I was in your dad's office and saw that he has an autographed picture of Bill Clinton.
Yeah, 100%.
And himself. His is autographed. His
Wait a
is
second.
autographed. Mine is not autographed.
You've been holding a hot
Creepy.
hand under
That's
the table the whole
creepy.
time. You know my
time.
dad?
The whole time.
Okay, wait,
yes,
who
I met
was your
Peter.
college girlfriend?
I think you could. How many babysitters have you had
lot.
who were
I
like
had-
excellent
He was a real
who were
shit kid.
excellent filmmakers?
The problem was
No, I'm not. I don't know. Who is?
I'm looking at you. Come on, give him clues.
Yeah, give me
Oh,
clues. Do you know who it is?
Bill Clinton.
Chelsea. Chelsea's great. Chelsea Hornstein.
A wonderful producer, and he had a great picture of like my picture with Bill Clinton was like kind of like we're shaking hands.
And you got fucked up hair.
But I do have fucked up hair.
Right.
But Peter's picture with Bill Clinton is like they're holding golf clubs and they're looking at something.
Well, I can tell a story about that photo.
Go, lay it on me.
And
Wow.
I hope this
I don't
is
have
not-
I don't have a
feel
story
like-
that tops it.
I feel real creepy. I don't know. I just as someone who's just looking in on this connection,
Sure.
I feel a little creepy that like you were
I'm
like
still processing
stepping
a lot.
around your
Yeah.
dad's office. Probably went through the desk drawers.
Probably, right, which were filled with all my secret diaries.
Ascribing
That's what
motives
put him in my
now.
dad's office.
But please, Griffin.
I will say, not to split hairs, Chelsea was technically my sister's babysitter.
Whoa!
Because my sister's much younger.
Does that mean you
I was,
had a
I was
crush
like,
on
I'm
her?
16 and I don't need a governess.
Yes,
I understand.
exactly. I did not need a
Yes, exactly.
governess. But we would have, adult small talk over the dinner table after my sister had gone to bed. Very adult small talk.
I hope she gave
Talk
you
about
good
taxes
life
or whatever.
advice.
She did. She's great.
level-headed.
Chelsea is a wonderful person. But
He cheated on you with her. That's actually
That's
that's
where
my
we're
hot
going.
hand is
That
that
was
I
the-
know.
you have a hot hand, too.
My hot hand is that I know that you cheated on her
But
with him.
we weren't.
I mean, oh boy,
We weren't.
That's not my hot hand. That's the
Yeah.
wrong hand.
I'm trying to figure out how much detail to go in here. And
This sounds
say,
like a YA novel, am I right?
I don't want to incriminate
Girls just wanna read
anybody.
books.
You can put in bleeps.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can-
sure. I'll say this. My father was independent film producer. He's predominantly a teacher now. He teaches at NYU, which is why his main function there is to tell people how to not make the mistakes he made in his career.
Hey,
That's
you
why
always
I'm
learn from
in
somebody else's
podcasting.
mistakes.
It's
That's
a-
a huge. That's a huge
Yeah.
thing.
It's the same reason I'm in podcasting.
He wanted to. I'll give a very abridged version, but he wanted to be a sportscaster. That was like his whole life goal.
Very cool.
And then he got his shot and realized like I don't like being on camera. So then he floundered around for a bunch of years and didn't know what he was doing. And the bar he used to go to, one of the other bar guys was this guy Mark Goodson, who was a game show producer. And Mark Goodson told him, "Hey, if you're looking for money." Because my dad was like an entrepreneur, just like hustling. This channel called Showtime just started. And Showtime wants to, as a competitive advantage against HBO, film Broadway plays and air them on Showtime. So it's like only on Showtime Broadway comes to you.
You got the exclusive.
Yeah.
Miss Saigon on Showtime.
Right.
Whoa.
So my dad had one suit, and he had a briefcase that he filled with Pepto-Bismol because he had gastrointestinal problems. And he would literally sneak backstage into Broadway shows to try and negotiate the rights for these things so that he could get a finder's fee. Not to film it. Not to film it.
It's not like in the movie theaters where you could just go in with the
For the listener, Michael.
No, you're right.
Michael,
The ushers are a bit more
Yes.
vigilant than that. You're right.
But he did that, and then through doing that, sort of got grandfathered into getting a producing credit on one of them that turned into a TV movie rather than a stage play.
Very cool.
And then he started doing stuff. But his first real movie he made when he had decided, like, I guess I'm going to make a run of this, before 25 years of being miserable and mortgaging the apartment constantly and going, I'm going to become a professor so I can tell people not to get into this industry.
Don't do what I did.
Which is also why he didn't want me to be in this industry, and of course, I am now doomed. But his first movie he did, his first real movie was this thing called...
Blade Trinity.
Blade Trinity, thank you. That's the end of the story. I didn't want to incriminate my father, but he did produce Blade Trinity, and only Blade Trinity is the problem. He didn't do the first two. He doesn't even have the pride of the first two. He did this movie called End of the Line that I've never seen, but I think is some kind of railroad drama. Southern Railroad drama.
Okay, cool.
Starring Kevin Bacon and Mary Steenburgen and Wilford Brimley.
Jeremy, can we get a fact check?
Wilford Brimley.
100%. And that photo that you have seen of my father is him with Bill, Hillary, Kevin Bacon, and Mary Steenburgen.
Okay.
That's the photo. They all have golf hats on. I think they all have golf clubs.
Okay.
But they're the people in the movie. They filmed that movie in Little Rock.
In Arkansas.
When he was the governor.
Oh, wow.
And so he was like, I'm going to help you out. I'll give you all this money. Come make the film.
And this...
They planted their flag. They started making the movie in Little Rock. He pulled out, didn't give him any of the support.
There's a tax on wearing puffy directing pants.
100%. And speaking into the analog megaphone, rolled up paper with a handle.
Oh, Lord.
But my father has been on this like 35-year crusade against the Clintons since then.
Because they pulled the rug out from
And
under
it's
him,
personal
basically.
to him. And when it was down to Trump versus Hillary, and anyone who wasn't supporting Hillary was
torn.
like...
He was torn.
Misogynist, I had to constantly like parse these like things to be like, my dad is that anti-Hillary, but it's because she hurt him personally.
There's other reasons. Yeah, he was honestly wounded. It's not because he hates all women.
He lost like $100 because of her in 1980.
Yes. So you can see it's personal. It's
Which was like 1,500 in 1980.
I know.
Which is crazy because my neighbors are probably the offspring of the Polish guys who demolished Trump Tower for like $4 an hour in 1980. The guys who came over.
The one time my father has seen the Clintons since then, I think about 10 years ago, he went to some cocktail party, and they were there. There was some friend of his who I think had donated to Clinton campaigns, or whatever it was. But he was at some big fundraiser thing where they were there, and he went up to them and said, like, hey, I don't know if you remember me. Because my father, despite holding grudges in his personal life, is the most, like, sociable, like, cocktail party dude in the world.
I feel like I met Peter, and he was, busy but very nice. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I just came to say hello to Chelsea on, at the office one time.
Humble brag, yeah. He's
got my brag in.
You got it in. No, he's perpetually stressed but very friendly. And like we went on vacation, my family and I, for Thanksgiving, and the DeVos family was staying at the same resort. And we had to keep on being like, you can't make small talk with her. Because if you end up in the line at the buffet next to her, you're going to be like, some weather we're having here. And we were just saying, like, don't do it. Like, you can't hold back from making small talk like that.
Even with them.
Even with them. So he's at this fundraiser thing, and the Clintons are there, and he goes up to them and goes, hey, I don't know if you remember me, I produced this movie in Little Rock. And he goes, oh, yeah, End of the Line, I love that movie. Hillary, remember End of the Line? I watch that all the time. I think that movie's funny. But they're talking about it. Did you find a picture?
Gary, let's go to the tape here.
Is this? Oh, yeah.
Look at Wilford Brimley.
And Levon Helm, yes.
Badass.
Yeah.
Wait, Levon Helm?
And then Kevin Bacon, Holly Hunter. Wow, yeah.
Every time I see Brimley.
Brags keep on coming.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's a big cast.
And there was no sign to show the end of the line, and that was the problem with the whole movie.
Sure. Blade Trinity. Yeah. But the other... The other person who was in End of the Line in a pivotal role was Bob Balaban, the great character actor Bob Balaban.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that was like pretty early. I mean, he'd already done like Close Encounters, so it was fairly early. And Bill Clinton was talking about how much he loved End of the Line. It was like, oh, weird, this guy actually has watched this movie like 6 times. And he was like, and there's that guy, who's the little guy in it who's so funny, Hillary? And Hillary goes, Rick Moranis.
It's Bob
And my dad goes,
Balaban.
no, it's Bob Balaban. Oh, no, I'm sorry. At first, he goes, and Clinton himself says, the little guy, Rick Moranis. And my dad goes, no, it's Bob Balaban. And he
I
goes,
assure you.
I swear to God, it's Rick Moranis. Pulls Hillary over, who's in a conversation with someone else. He goes, Hillary, who's the little guy named the line? She goes, oh, you mean Rick Moranis? And my father got into a 5-minute argument.
I produced the fucking film, okay?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
those
No
scabs
thanks
were
to you.
picked.
I produced
You
the
dirty
fucking film. You
Clintons.
took the money.
Yeah.
The scabs were picked, and it was
I
fresh
know.
again.
It was fresh again.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
It all comes around.
Hillary hurt
amazing.
my father.
Wow.
Twice.
Wow.
Twice.
I'm sorry.
Twice.
Sorry.
Yeah. Good man, though. Good man.
Everybody
got
on the
the
way out will
last
be
laugh
getting.
now.
Yeah.
Jeremy, did we use up all our fact checks on that one story?
You know, I'm a little hungover, and I have no idea what I was supposed to fact check.
That's okay. Let's just
All I
move
know
on.
is something about
Producer extraordinaire, Jeremy Balin, everybody.
To Jeremy's credit, he did confirm that Blade Trinity exists.
No, he did.
That was
He
And
did.
Ryan-
And he pulled up into the line.
Yeah,
like,
we got a poster.
Jeremy threw a dinner party last night, which I missed because I was
Jeremy.
asleep.
Yeah, we were.
And you invited all these people too, right?
Well, next one, yeah. Next one. Bring out cake. Hey,
Cake?
Speaking
Ryan
of-
Reynolds
Wow.
is in Blade Trinity.
Yeah. He was the breakout star Blade Trinity.
And if anybody cares, they got a 5.9 out of 10.
Can you
What was
crunch
I
that down to
fact-checking?
like?
I don't even-
can you crunch
I don't
it down to
remember.
like grade point average? If it was a grade point average, what would
It's
it
a
be?
C minus.
Yeah. Yeah,
Do you-
that sounds about right.
What was I fact checking, Michael?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Just
It's over.
skip
All
it.
right, great.
Wow.
Griffin
this is
Newman.
how we're gonna
Griffin
end it?
Newman.
This is how
Everyone.
we're
He's
gonna
like,
end it?
you know him. You know him from his many roles in Things, and also that kind of crusty underground anti-folk comedy that was so popular back then.
So hip. Yeah.
Right? It was
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
There was like comedy shows at that point you could judge on flyers, and the flyers that your name appeared on were definitely some edgy
I had
stuff.
some cool,
Yeah.
adjacent sort of I was there Forrest Gump lineage sort of stuff. Yeah. The one I remember very vividly, I had a improv group in high school. And it was before like the massive improv boon, this now very, very rich industry we have where people are making millions and millions of dollars off of improv comedy in New York City.
Totally. And if you didn't go to UCB, well, then you're not making any money.
Right.
UCB University
Yes.
Yeah,
It's an
UCB.
accredited university.
now.
The NYCB Theater of Banks.
Yes. I had a high school improv group, and we couldn't get into UCB because there was one theater, and the gates, and we weren't good enough, and whatever. And the only other improv shows that existed were in the backs of bars, and we were underage, so we couldn't go. But there was one bar show we got booked on, Variety Underground, in probably like 2004, maybe.
And where was that?
It was at the Parkside Lounge.
Parkside. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a great place.
Was that on B and?
What is
No,
it?
it's on Houston
Houston
and
and
between-
Rivington.
Okay.
Is that
something
right?
Like that.
Something
I
like
used
that.
to live, right down there.
It's a great
Attorney.
place.
It's Houston
Yes,
and
there we
Attorney.
go.
Oh, it's out there.
It's out there. It's close to like the entrance to the
Salsa
FDR Drive.
Saturday nights they used to have in that place. I used to go in there and not dance. I wasn't watching, but I would know. I would watch and be like, "Wow, I wish I could do that."
We got booked to be on this show. It was like a big deal, and we had to go first because they knew we weren't supposed to be there.
Oh, yeah, let's get him in and get him out.
That was the idea. So we literally all ran in with hoodies, got on stage before the bartenders saw us, and then the second our set was done, then we had to run out. But like almost everyone on the lineup after us became a massive star. Aziz Ansari did stand up right after us. And he was like 6 months into it, so we always pat ourselves on the back for the time we opened for Aziz Ansari.
Touched by an angel,
Yes,
right?
it was kind of like that, but it was a crazy. If you look at the lineups and even like who the improv groups were, it was like like Ellie Kemper was on that show. All these crazy people were on that show, and we got kicked out.
Well, first you got there, and
but
then
you were
got
able to
kicked
perform.
out.
We got to perform. I got in a good IHOP joke. That was the blackout, so I was running off of that. I was proud for 4 years off of that. Yeah.
Sufficient.
Yeah.
And here he is in a
Here he
basement
is.
in Park Slope.
Yeah.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, Griffin,
Thank you.
What kind of plugs would you like to?
Yeah, I'm on the Tick, which we have not talked about at all, which is fine.
Would you like to?
Much No, I want to talk about the Madagascar franchise. I had priorities.
We make sure this is like a loose thing, you know. But if there's something you want to plug, we can talk all about.
I want to plug the show. I think it's great. I'm very proud of it. I've also already talked about it too much in too many different forums, so I'll just say that you should watch it. I think it's a very good show, and I don't like most things I've been a part of.
It's available on demand.
It's on Amazon Prime if you're an Amazon Prime member. You might not even know you have access to it, but you do. And there's 6 episodes out now, and then we have the second half of our season. It comes out February 23rd or 4th. I should know this better. I'll learn it better at a different point.
Your PR company just called. They just tweeted at us and said,
"Yeah,
you're fired."
You are fired.
No, wait,
Yes.
they can't fire us.
And then if you...
Well, I've been fired for less things by other people.
I was fired last month.
And if you haven't watched Search Party, I highly recommend you do that.
That's season
incredible.
2 of the show, which I'm not on, is excellent as well. It's a great show. It's worth watching. But I'm in season 1, and that's I play a real creep.
Oh man, it's so good. You're so good.
Real creep on
So
it.
go watch that tonight. When you're,
I recommend that. I have a podcast called Blank Check with Griffin David. I host with David Sims, who's a film critic from The Atlantic. So he's a serious person, and I'm an idiot, and we talk about movies together.
It's a contrast. You have it worked out.
Yeah.
Sort of like this podcast.
Yeah, it's like a surf and turf. Yeah.
I call Schwarzenegger, you're the DeVito.
His name is Danny. It works.
I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, Griffin Newman.
Thanks, Griffin.
Thank you all for coming out so much. Tip your waiters or bartenders, and we'll see you again very soon. We're at Danny and Mike podcast or DannyandMike.com, or you can check it out on Feral Audio or exactly, Mike. And at D. Damarelli, at Remy Balin. I do another podcast called Fresh Beef, and then at Michael C. Morona. Give us a shout. Thank you all so much for coming. The Adventures of Danny and Mike stars Danny Tamborelli and Michael C. Morona. The show is produced by Jeremy Balin. The podcast is part of the Feral Audio Podcasting Collective and can be found on their website at feralaudio.com. For more information on the guys, visit our website at dannyandmike.com. Also, look us up on Twitter at Danny and Mike with the and spelled out, and on Facebook at facebook.com/The Adventures of Danny and Mike. Thanks for listening.
Before this song, we do have to ask every audience, how dirty can we get?
Really dirty.
Oh, yeah! Are you sure?
English lady in the
We don't know y'all very well. We just want to make sure nobody's going to call. We want to get consent, you know what I mean?
Yes, well, it's all about consent.
Hot
Yes,
topic
for
right
sure,
now.
for sure.
Okay, cool. So we can get dirty. That's good. Okay,
Yes, okay.
good. Because we have this song is about something everybody does.
That's right. I know that you all do it. I know you do.
Oh my God, Katie! What? I bet you some of them are gonna do it tonight.
Oh, if you're lucky, you're gonna do it tonight.
We'll just do the song.
Yeah. There seems to be a common misconception around the subject of a lady's rectum. Some people say that girls don't defecate.
But we're here to tell you that ain't true. Girls do indeed go number 2. Yep, you heard us right. Girls poop too.
Girls poop too. This message is long overdue. Whoever said we don't ain't got a clue. Girls poop too. Don't be scared, it's natural, tain't taboo. And a fact's a fact, it's true that girls poop too. Some girls try to hold it in, others blame their stink on friends, and some just sneak away to unload.
But one way or another, brother, a girl has gotta drop that mother, 'cause Lord knows if she didn't, she'd explode.
Girls poop too. We hate to break the news to you, but that and there ain't no chocolate fondue. Girls poop too. We cook up a mean poop stew, and a fact's a fact, it's true that girls poop too.
Break it down for them, Marie.
Take it, Katie! Oh, I like that last one.
Yeah, it felt good.
So ladies, stand up and be proud. walks into your fart cloud, just look him in the eye and say, yeah, that was me.
Drop those kids off at the pool, make a log, build a stool. Just be glad we don't go number 3.
What's that?
I don't know.
Girls poop too. We do what we gotta do, tootin' toots with our butt kazoo. Girls poop too. A brown canoe is coming through, and a fact's a fact, it's true that girls poop too. A fact's a fact, it's true that girls poop too. Thank you so much.
Reformed whores, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. We are Reformed Whores.